refocus, and that's what we did.
Next up, we have Tanya Ganguly with the LA Times.
There were obviously a lot of emotions were pretty high, obviously, on Wednesday night. But I'm wondering how concerned were you that the Lakers would actually, that LeBron and the Lakers would actually decide that they didn't want to continue?
It was never about one person. It was never about one team. It was all about all of us together. When the events happened the other day of the game, we stood in solidarity with our brothers from Milwaukee. You know, everything that we do is about the brotherhood, about everyone as a whole. So it was never about what is this one team or this one player is going to do. What we did in there is we had deep conversations, and we all really had an opportunity to address a lot of things. You know, the shootings that continue to happen, it creates a lot of unrest, a whole lot of unrest. For us to have a predominantly African-American league, to see you know, our black brothers being shot and killed on a daily basis, you know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to us. And so everyone expects us to go out and play. I get it, but we needed some time, all of us. We needed some time to refocus and understand, you know, that we can do that. We're human at the end of the day. A lot of times people pass a lot of judgment about what we should do or what we shouldn't do, but guys, I give our guys a lot of credit because they've been doing a hell of a job down here performing and speaking on the different social injustice that's going on day in and day out, while trying to be a great athlete, while trying to be a great husband, while trying to be a great father. So, yeah.
Next up, we got Mark Spears with the Undefeated.
Chris, what made the union comfortable going back to work? And also, what are the things in particular that you're excited about?
I think we talked as players. Our first meeting, we actually had coaches and everyone in there, and it was great to get a lot of insight from, I tell you, Armand Hill, Doc Rivers gave some great insight, John Lucas, but at the end of the day, our players spoke, and we spoke, and we understood the platform that we have, and we wanted to keep our foot to the pedal, right, and keep speaking on the different things that are occurring. And we also decided that we wanted to start a justice coalition, right, so that we could, on a daily basis, make sure that there are checks and balances, and also continue to attack police brutality and all these different things. And one of the biggest things that guys talked about in our meeting, which was great that we got a chance to get together and discuss these things, is voting. Voting is something that everyone in the room was very passionate about. We got a chance to discuss. We got a chance to talk to the different governors and tell them how, you know, we want all of the NBA arenas to be polling sites, right? And it's funny, I had a conversation with J.R. Smith on my way over here, and J.R. told me that he had spoke to the mayor where he's from, and they're going to open up an arena there for voting. You know, so this is huge. In these different cities that may not be able to do their arena, maybe it's their practice facility, right? And another thing that guys spoke about is while we're out there playing, you know, we're the product, we're the game. During these commercials, we would like to see advertisement for voting, right? We understand how strong our voice is, how powerful our voice is, and, you know, ultimately we decided if we go away from this stage, we don't necessarily have that same platform. So we stood in solidarity. You know, we're going to continue to play, but we're also going to continue to make sure that our voices are heard.
But it seems like you guys are shifting more now to concentrating on voting.
You know, the other thing, too, is not just make sure our voices are heard. We're about action. We're about action, and that's what our meeting was about. It was about the real action. You know, guys said, you know, we've been saying this, we've been saying that, but what's the action? And so in our meetings, we had a big meeting with all the players, and then we had a smaller meeting where 2 players from every team came. And I think that was very informational, and we got a chance to talk to the different governors, and we told them the action that we wanted to see in place.
Next up, we have Rebecca Harlow with TNT.
Yeah, Chris, everything that you're saying is super understandable, and you know, I'm just curious how important you think it was that, you know, all of the different teams coming into this have had their platform and have talked about what's important to them. You've sort of been overlooking all of that from your position with the players union. How important do you think it was that the last 2 games put you all together as one in this league and not just individual teams pushing for different platforms?
The last 2 games, what you mean?
Last 2 days.
2 days. Say that one more time.
I just mean the idea that all bubble had
Right.
had their individual platforms as to what they're pushing for, what they're fighting for. How important do you think it is that in the last 2 days you truly came together as a league versus just different teams with different ideas here?
15 years in this league, and I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, I wasn't the oldest one in the room. I think Udonis Haslam was. But the voices that were heard, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And for a lot of us, you know, we had an opportunity to, you know, you get a chance to read and see pictures of the Cleveland Summit for those who came before us, and the Muhammad Ali's and the Jim Browns and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, and how powerful they were. You know, we're not saying that we're that, but what we're doing right now in our league is huge. And I think for the young guys in our league to get a chance to see how guys are really coming together and speak and see real change, real action, because guys are tired. Like, I mean, tired. And I'm saying, when I say tired, we're not physically tired. We're just tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, right? I was blessed and fortunate enough to talk to Jacob, to talk to Jacob Blake's father, and he's a Winston-Salem State graduate and was in my hometown of Winston-Salem for a while, and it's emotional. It's emotional, especially when you're a black man and you know that when George Hill spoke, he talked about being a black man. He was hurt. He was hurt. We all hurt. We all tired of just seeing the same thing over and over again, and everybody just expect us to be okay just because we get paid great money. You know, we're human. We have real feelings, and I'm glad that we got the chance to get in a room together to talk with one another and not just cross paths and say, good luck in your game today. So,
People who are hearing this message and seeing what has happened the last couple days, what is the most important thing that you want them to understand?
Just understand that you got a league here that understands that it's not just about any one of us. You know, our WNBA ladies stood with us. All the other leagues, whether it be baseball, whether it be hockey, whatever it is, that, you know, we're human just like anybody else. We don't always do everything right, but I tell you, for me, it's been really tough. It's been really tough just for the simple fact that when things like this happen, I like to talk to my kids about it. You know, I'm a long way from my kids. I can't explain to them why this video is going all over the internet. I have an 11-year-old black son who was witnessing this stuff day in and day out. And we're just trying, and once again, I want to go back and just tell our players, like, great job, keep doing what you're doing, and we're going to continue to make change with action. Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.